Hey guys, yeah, we had a Savage early series, model 340E series. Did a bit of work to the mount, make sure that was secure, re-crowned it, checked the bedding, make sure that's all nice, it's all factory original and very good condition. Some very minor pitting in the bore in the first inch or so, and then it's beautiful down there, typical Savage barrel with all the Tula marks of course, but camera always makes it look worse than it is, but it is what it is. 5-shot magazine, and cleaned him up. I'm just using some factory PPU 20 Hornet brass, 45 grainers, and I did zero this in previously a little while ago, and I thought, well, I'll pull it out. Everybody seems to think that these things don't like holding zero, but I'm only set up at 62 metres down there, and should be able to zoom in a bit at least. See how we go. And, yeah. So there we are, 62 metres. It's the maximum my phone will win by. Alright, 10 by, there we go. 10 by, that's a better view than I get through my scope. It's only a 4 by. Not really sure of the actual brand, to be honest with you, because it's sort of worn off, but it's one of those TV screen type ones, 4 by 40, fully coated OmniView optics centers. See how we go. Fire another 5 shots. It's very windy here at the moment. We'll see how we go. Sorry for the camera shaking around a bit, but yeah, what have we got in there? Yeah, of course we polished the chamber and that as well, and gave that a clean and give the bore a bit of a lap. And sandbag in here. Right. Feeds perfectly, fires and extracts perfectly, but this one will be going up for sale soon. Let's see what we can do. If your camera will stay where it is. Probably not. Probably not. It's typical. Things don't want to stay where you want them to stay, but it is what it is. That'll do for now. We'll see how we go with this. I'll go third from the top, which is where it was last time. I've got the first 2 groups in there. Move things around a bit, everything's in my way. Yeah. Alright, that's better. Oh no. Here we go. I've done a little bit of trigger work on this. Smooth and polished it, but because of the type of spring that's in both the sear and in the trigger, you can't really do much with them as far as trigger weight's concerned. They do have a pretty sloppy safety as well, which can make it a little difficult to actually cut the sears back and work on that, because stay there. Sorry about the camera work, but it is what it is. Rather long and heavy, although there's no creep or anything left in it. Still quite long and heavy. Safety's quite sloppy in them, so if you cut the sears back to reduce the amount of engagement, you end up firing the thing on the safe. I'm sure working up a load with this would make a huge difference as far as groups are concerned. That'll be part 2. Right, that's our 5 shots. I'll pull our bolt out. Just squeezing the trigger all the way and then pulling the bolt to the rear. Right, let's go for a walk and have a look and see what our little thing has done. So we've got our little, still got our sights on it. Oh, better zoom out of there. Might help, mightn't it? Yep. Half by. See, we've still got our full length, nice factory crown. Not the best seating setup at the moment off the old barbecue table. There we go, going for a walk. It's a lovely day today, considering it's only about 21 degrees Celsius and it's a bit warm on the neck, but still it's nice and quiet out here. Sometimes you hear some frogs creaking and whatnot and croaking away. But yeah, a couple of weeks ago we had the cicadas deafening out here. Even inside the house you could hear them outside still going, and it's just like, yeah. The wife went visiting during the day when that was happening. But, yeah, just our little ground mat on the ground there when we fire on our semi-autos, pick all our brass up. Here we go. Right, so we've got a very windy day, but a clean cold bore. That was the first one. That was my original 0. First shot went over here somewhere, but and then the next 5, there's 5 in there. There's definitely 5. Looks like there's 2 in that hole there. It could be that one. Don't know. I reckon there's 2 there from the elongation of that. So it's not bad. I mean, it's around 1 inch, and that's pretty good too. Let's throw one out for factory ammo. That's not too bad at all. Okay. Apart from that one that went out, I mean, 4 in a row there for sandbag for factory ammo. So it's holding 0 from what I expect. We'll have another go later when I've worked up a couple of loads and just see what it groups like with a few hand loads. I've got a whole heap of 296 to try, and I've just finished working up a load with my CBC Hornet that's been converted to K Hornet. And yeah. Switch back over here to me. See my ugly mug. Yeah, the CBC K Hornet, it worked very well. 3 different types of brass. Celoton bellow brass is very consistent. And I'm averaging with 20, sorry, no, not 20, it's 12.4 grains of 296 over a 40 grain Winchester 22 Magnum projectile, actually, and it's consistently under 0.3 at the same distance. 5-shot group is very nice. More capacity in some of the other cases. There's some old Highland brass, which was now PPU, some Remington and old WW Super brass. But yeah, see you. Have a look out there, that's my view from my balcony. Have a look out. Right, out across the valley. It's gorgeous. God's country. But yeah, I went because I had greater capacity in the K Hornet in the second lot of brass. There's 12.6 grains. Surprisingly, 0.2 of a grain made quite a big difference. Over 120 feet per second. Even though it was, standard velocity, so I'm actually thinking of dropping that down a little bit, and yeah. Trying to get it very similar to what the other brass is doing, because point of impact was quite a bit of difference. Actually, even though the 150 odd feet per second close to it, more than the SB brass, I had to wind up 3.5 MOA. Impact was considerably different. But for a little Magnum projectile, it was only meant to be doing 12 to 1400 feet per second, and yeah. They're punching in there all right. Turn the camera. Yeah, so lovely view from up here. But anyway, that's my lot with our little 22 Hornet. Bit of history on the old. Give a look at this other side. Yes, the old Savage 22. She's in really good nick. She is for sale, but I'll work up a load first before I put it up, and yeah, catch you guys later.